I can't win in this market. Why Alphabet Soup homebuyers say mortgage rates are hitting them especially hard. Oh, yeah. BlackRock is buying up all the homes. It costs too much to buy a house. Gay people most affected. When Skander Murad decided late last year to buy his first house, his top priority was location. Murad, a gay man living in the Los Angeles area, spent much of his adult life commuting several hours to his job at the NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, where when he found an apartment closer to work, he noticed a major improvement in his life. It took you that long to realize that not commuting several hours a day would be an improvement, huh? Wow, that's some pretty impressive deductive reasoning this guy has. The commute just tore me apart mentally and physically. I was deteriorating. However, his roommates moved out, and Murad, 40, decided it was time to become a homeowner. He originally wanted to live within 5 miles of his work, but quickly found that may not be realistic in a hyper-competitive market. Yeah, you may want to adjust your standards, so to speak, because that's a big problem a lot of these people have. Where it's, I want to live in this like super exclusive, rich, gated community, but it's out of my price range. It was so strange for me to see a line of people outside an open house waiting to get in. I couldn't believe there was that much of a demand. I kind of didn't know what I was getting myself into. Housing market's doing well. Gay people most affected. He began looking for homes earlier this year, and that 5-mile radius soon expanded to 30 miles. At the same time, the Federal Reserve began hiking its benchmark interest rate, sending mortgage rates soaring. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage jumped up to 5.78% on the week of June 16th, according to Freddie Mac, seeing its biggest one-week jump since 1987. This had to happen at some point. It did. They couldn't just keep the rates at almost negative forever. That has led to rapid changes in what Murad might have to pay. Murad, who is looking for a small single-family homes or condos, said he has seen the potential monthly payments on similar properties rise by more than $500 a month since his search process began. Now, this is actually one of the reasons why I chose to buy a house when I did, and thankfully the gamble paid off for me so far, anyway. Because I was just looking for another apartment, and I realized, like, for just maybe $200 a month more, I could buy a fucking single family home as opposed to getting another like 600 square foot 1-bedroom apartment. So even with those higher rates, the competition has been fierce. In May, Murad said he bid more than $600,000 for a property listed at $575,000. The winning bid came in at $650,000. How much you want to bet that was BlackRock? I can't win in this market. There's no way, Murad said. Yeah, see, it's true. Mortgage payment equals rent control. Yeah, so if you get a fixed rate mortgage, you're pretty much guaranteed your mortgage is not going to go up. Like it might go up because you still have to pay insurance and you still have to pay property taxes, and both of those could go up, but nowhere near as much as if you're renting. So Murad's frustration is shared by many prospective home buyers across the country over the past 2 years. Home prices shot up starting in current year -2 as stimulus from Congress and the Federal Reserve coincided with the work from home boom. Let's not forget that it's BlackRock that's buying everything up. This rapid rise in the cost of a home is particularly impactful for the Alphabet Soup community, which is less likely to own a home. First-time home buyers have to pay a higher price without getting a boost from the value of selling an existing property they own. According to the Williams Institute at the UCLA School of Law, 80% of Alphabet Soup adults and 64% of Alphabet Soup couples own their homes. For non-Alphabet Soup couples, those numbers are 70 and 75%. Now, how many of them have actually paid their mortgages off, though? Historical data on home ownership rates by sexuality was not tracked by the Census Bureau, but surveys from the Alphabet Soup Real Estate Alliance. Alphabet Soup Real Estate Alliance, huh? All right. Suggests that home ownership for couples and singles in the community has been trending up since the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in current year -7. Remember, that's just like Roe v. Wade. It's a court decision. It's not a law. Zillow reported in current year -1 that Alphabet Soup people accounted for 12% of home buyers, up from 7% in current year -3. Now, is that because Alphabet Soup people are buying more homes, or is it because more people identify as Alphabet Soup? So these real estate firms have started initiatives to help this growing group with the home buying process, such as KW Rainbow Network from Keller Williams. All right. Wayne Riand, the CEO of the Alliance, said Brandon's executive order that offered broader protection against discrimination on the basis of gender identity or sexual orientation has also boosted confidence for buyers. But he added the current homeownership gap has put the community at a disadvantage. I do think it's an unfortunate reality that we're probably going to be disproportionately impacted by higher costs, if not prohibited from purchasing altogether. Literally every single person that is renting because they can't afford a home is affected by this, but for some reason, the Alphabet Soup community is special. Discrimination, whether during the sales process or before, can also hold back Alphabet Soup people from becoming homeowners. Oh, God. Studies show that Alphabet Soup people are more likely to experience homelessness during their youth. Housing instability and other forms of discrimination could lead to Alphabet Soup people falling behind financially and in school. Yep, I'm not doing as well. It must be. So, look, this guy works at the guy the article talks about works at NASA. He makes enough money that he can afford to bid $600,000 on a home. $600,000. How many of you guys can afford to lay down $600,000 for a home? Oh, but he's being discriminated against. Oh, poor guy. It's an ugly connected line of dominoes that starts way back when you're 15, 16 years old. Location can also serve as a barrier to homebuyers in the community. Research from Zillow indicates Alphabet Soup homebuyers are more likely to live in urban areas than their cisgender peers, and the homes in areas that explicitly offer anti-discrimination project or protect can be $127,000 more expensive. That's their own fucking fault. That's their own fucking problem. Is anyone telling these people they have to live in urban areas? Is anyone stopping them from going out into the country and buying a home there? No, they're doing it to themselves. These fucking prima donnas refuse to live anywhere but their urban areas, and then they cry, oh, we're being disproportionately affected because it's so expensive. No one's forcing you to live there. Christopher Hoke, a 23-year-old music producer in Orlando. Fucking A. Another poor, discriminated against living paycheck to paycheck person, right? Said he's shopping for homes in the Los Angeles area with a friend after growing up in a religious family in central New York and Florida, in part because he wants to live in a more accepting area. I couldn't relate to most of the community. I always felt alone. I was, there's that gay kid. Now that they all knew me as the gay kid. Now, why is that? Like, I'm legitimately asking. Like, you weren't one of those people who made your sexuality all there is to you, are you? Because if you are, what else did you expect to be known as? Multiple times in my life, I've known people for years, and I didn't even know they were gay. This happened at my last job. I think I told this story before. I was talking with a coworker that I've known for years, and I think it was coming up on the company Christmas party, and we were talking about it. And, he normally didn't attend those. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're going to be at the party? He's like, yeah, me and my husband are going to. Wait, your husband? And I just almost did a double take. I'm like, but that's just because I didn't even know he was gay. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So no, never mind. And then we continued as if nothing happened. Now, on the flip side, there are people like the guys in this article where one of my friends from school, we all knew he was gay before he did. And then like one day he gathered us all together, like the whole group of friends. He had some big announcement for us. And the time finally came and he's like, guys, I'm gay. And we're just like, we all just look at each other like, yeah, so what? What's the big announcement? Like, well, I just told you I'm gay. Like, dude, we've known you were gay for the past 15 years. What the fuck is the big news? Like, quit jerking us around already. Did you really think we didn't know? All right, anyway. After 2 years of rising prices, there are some signs that the red-hot housing market is starting to cool. Mortgage applications and housing starts have fallen sharply in recent weeks. Well, BlackRock has priced everyone out of the market right there, man. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve signaled even more rate hikes in current year, which could further dampen demand. Not if most of the demand is from BlackRock. So Murat said that his mother offered to let him live with her for a while to wait until the market cools off, but her house is too far from his job. I've visited my mom after work, and it's a 2-hour drive minimum. Now, see, this is a legit complaint. I can understand that. Yeah, and even just as a one-time drive tour, I get there and I plop on the couch. I'm exhausted. I have road rage. I have no energy to do anything. I can't imagine doing that habitually on a daily basis. Well, request to work remote, I guess. So Murat said he's looking into into using his retirement savings to beef up his purchasing power, or potentially working with his sister to buy a duplex. In the meantime, the potential cool down in the housing market hasn't yet filtered down to his day-to-day search. Yeah, poor guy who can afford $600,000 to buy a house is being oppressed, man. Yeah, I don't see that. I've looked at houses recently. There's still lines of people waiting to look at open houses. If data is nationwide, then it's skewed because it's definitely not what I'm seeing in Los Angeles. You're going to have to leave these big urban centers, man.